Cardiff Card Show. What a weekend. Ian, the master of pieces, part-time eBay reseller and card collector. And this video is all about cards and what I thought of that card show on Saturday. And I'll show you some of the little bits and pieces that I picked up as well. Now, I didn't actually do any recording or take any footage from the show. I was going to, but then when I got there, I met up with a lot of people I've just been chatting to over the internet, over Instagram, about cards for the past couple of years. And I didn't want in the back of my head thinking, oh, I've got to go and try and record stuff. I just wanted it to just flow and enjoy the day. But also the venue was quite dark. It was really, really cramped in there and it was really noisy as well. So any footage probably wouldn't have been the best either. So I just decided to bin it off, enjoy the day and tell you about it now. So the card show opened up to buyers at about 11 o'clock in the morning, but I went as a VIP. Sounds a lot more glamorous than it is. You just paid a couple more quid so that you had early access to get there at 10 o'clock. You get a nice little goodie bag, and in the goodie bag was this card here. Now what's it from actually? It's from Akora Cards, and I think that's a new trading card game. But Welsh Dragon on the back, really lovely shine pattern on the background. And on the bottom you can see first edition, and it's got the Cardiff Card Show logo there. So I'm thinking if this trading card game does kick off, what we've got here is an original card which wouldn't have been printed in massive amounts, card show exclusive. Could be a nice little investment. But look, if you wanted to get there normal time, I don't think that would have really made much of a difference. It's not like going to the boot sales where if you're not there early doors or before, you're going to miss out on all the bargains. Didn't have that feel about it, and cards were coming out throughout the day as well. But the main benefit for me, and if you're planning to take your kids along, get there early. It's a lot less cramped. You can go around, just relax a little bit, chat to a lot of the sellers. I would recommend that. And my kids absolutely loved it. So shout out firstly to Poker Chloe. My boy took in some of his own Pokemon cards. Look at that, absolutely wrecked Chansey. This was probably from my collection back in the day, battered. But he was keen to go up to Poker Chloe because he does like watching some of the box breaks, and she was kind enough to sign her name on it. That made his card show, and that was within the first 5 minutes. And also shout out to Poker Dean as well, who was next to Poker Chloe. Poker Dean gave my son a free pack of cards, and it was great to see him opening it, and it was almost like a live pack break. So it was almost like what he'd been watching on the internet. They were watching him do it, and he was loving it. Yeah, I think he pulled actually a nice full art Pokemon card as well. Nothing glamorous, but it just added to his experience even more. We went around a few more stores and everyone was really, really generous, particularly to the children. And my son also managed to get this Mewtwo V full art promo card. Really great looking card. I don't think it's actually worth too much, but for my son to come away with a shiny card, doesn't get any better than that, does it? But for the kids, about half an hour was enough. Plenty of time to go around, see all the stores. And I was getting a bit nervous because there were some expensive cards there and they were just trying to get their hands on everything. So they then left the show. It was down to me to go around and have a look and see what I can find. And I did pick up a couple of cards. This was the first one here. I found the David Beckham rookie card. This is from the 1995 Squads Subbuteo set. I've got 4 of these now, and I have previously sold one. It was only 15 quid, but actually, you know what? That's probably the going rate on eBay. I remember selling these off at 80 to 90 quid whenever we had that crazy card hype through COVID. Just have a look at the condition. This is a pretty well-scented one. The ones I've had before certainly haven't been this good, but poking out the top there, you can just see that corner's pretty raised and there's a little nick on the top there. But apart from that, it is in reasonable condition. And this one may actually be worth sending off to grade. So at 15 quid, I thought it was an absolute bargain, and it gave me the chance to give it a good inspection before I bought it, which is something you can't do on eBay and you're totally reliant on the photos you're given. Now shout out to David and Marcus who hooked me up with this number 4 out of 25 Jude Bellingham card. I really, really love this card. It's from the Bundesliga Stars of the Season set. And to find any numbered Jude Bellingham card, I'm on the lookout for it. I think he's going to be a great prospect for this World Cup if Gareth Southgate gives him the chance. And I think because he's only young, he's probably got a big transfer in the pipeline very, very soon. Could be one to watch out for. I'm not sure whether this one is really gradable. You can see there's a couple of big scratches on the top there. The corners are pretty decent, but the surfacing generally isn't that brilliant. Might be one, rather than sending over to America, this one might go to MGC in the UK to grade. A lot cheaper, quick turnaround time, and if it doesn't get a brilliant grade, not the end of the world. Now, when I went to the boot sale last weekend, David and Marcus also hooked me up with this Topps Demand sealed box, obviously opened. This is from the Bundesliga set as well. Let me show you what I pulled from this. No real big hitters, to be honest, but it's nice to have this base Erling Haaland card and also this Jamal Musiala card as well. Both of these in fantastic condition. Look at that, maybe a bit heavy on the top rather than the bottom, but if you look, his hair is actually above kind of the edge of the picture. So I don't know if that affects the centering or not, but either way, I think these are in good enough condition to grade, and these will probably be going off to MGC as well. So as well as spending the afternoon with David and Marcus, I also went to the show with James Collects, Connor the Welsh Poker Picker, and also Project Games, and we had a great laugh. So much stuff going on. I'm sure you want to check out those videos as well, because I know they did do some footage from the event. But the boys did buy into a Topps Chrome 2021 football card break. There was guaranteed 2 autographs. I think Dan from Sports Cards UK filmed it, and he's going to put it up on his channel. So if you're interested in finding out what cards they got, check out Dan's channel. It was tense. They got some brilliant cards, and the best ones they took straight to the MGC trading stand, and they're off for grading. But also, David and Marcus hooked all of us up that weekend with this sealed Football Champions set from 2001. No real value to it, but it's a Wizards of the Coast product. Nice one just to keep in the loft sealed. We'll see what happens with it. So after the excitement of the box break, I went round and had a look at a few more cards, and shout out to the Welsh Card Collector who hooked me up with this Brenden Aaronson Donruss Road to FIFA World Cup 2022. Really cool card. Numbered out of 349, number 71. Now, they did give me a decent deal on this. I didn't pay a tenner. They gave it me for £8, and I have been collecting Brenden Aaronson, getting ready for this year's World Cup. I think Pulisic is out of form. I think Aaronson is going to be one of the state's main attacking threats. This is going to be a flip during the World Cup. But you know what? I am tempted to send this one off for grading. If I can send it off quickly, get it back in time, I think this one could do pretty well as well. So after that, mingled around the card show a bit more, played a few games. There was a good one where you spun the wheel, and depending on where the pointer landed, you might have won some prizes. And we ended up actually getting some of the new stickers. Now, I haven't had any of these FIFA 2022 stickers before, and it was great to just see what the product looked like. Got some decent hits as well. Look, Vinicius Jr. there. I think there's a Kai Havertz in here. So that could be the start of me collecting that album. Jeepers, another one to get into. We then went, grabbed some dinner, worked out a strategy for the trade night. So the main card show finished about 5 o'clock. Everyone headed off their own ways and come back down at 7 o'clock, ready to trade some cards. So to be honest with you, I didn't do too much trading at the trade night. There was a lot of Pokemon cards, and I'm interested in football cards and stickers. And even though I'd spent the whole day with Project Games, me and him managed to do a bit of a deal. And he gifted me this 2007 Cristiano Ronaldo sticker, 58 and 59. Obviously, they go together to form him. I had the top half, but didn't have the bottom half. He just ended up giving me both of them. So thank you very much. Really, really kind of you. That is going straight into my personal collection. Loving that. And also, shout out to James, who gifted me this Scorbunny card. Now, I've got to speak a bit quiet because my son's favourite Pokemon at the minute is Scorbunny. It's his birthday coming up soon, and he's been after a Scorbunny card for ages. He's going to be loving that. And shout out to Dan from Sports Cards UK, who did turn up to the trade night a little bit late, but by then I had lost that momentum because there just wasn't the sports cards people there for me to trade with. But Dan did have a look through my binder, and there are a few raw cards he is interested in. So Dan, at the next card show, will definitely do a trade. Now, to finish off the weekend, I did take James Collects to my local car boot sale. And we found these 5 binders of Match Attacks. One of these is actually near complete. Which one is it? 2016, 2017? These are someone's personal collection. Not in the best nick, but tons and tons of cards. And actually in here, was rookie Trent Alexander-Arnold card. And actually someone at the card show had this graded and was trying to sell it for a couple of £100. This one is in relatively good condition for a match attacks. I mean, it looks pretty good there, doesn't it? But there are a few surfacing issues, but I think this one is going to be graded. Let's see what we get. And to find out the other bits that I found out at the boot sale to resell on eBay, I'll cover that in my next video. But the summary of the Cardiff card show was it was absolutely fantastic. Everyone was really friendly there. There was so much just energy about the hobby. If you haven't been to one of them before and you have a general card and sticker interest, get along to your local one, support it and enjoy it. And I'd like to give a massive shout out to Gavin, who organised it all. Fantastic job, and I cannot wait to go down to the next one in December. But the best thing about the card show for me is it's given me my love and excitement back for the hobby. It is a hobby that you can dip in and out of, and I've kind of been more of the out of recently. But actually last night I was on eBay scrolling through cards again, seeing what I could invest in, seeing what I could add to my personal collection. And actually I am planning 2 graded card submissions. One I'll be sending over to America, the other I'll be sending to MGC. And I'm generally looking forward to seeing how my cards will do and what grades they'll get back. So guys, if you enjoyed this video, hit that like, hit that subscribe. My next video will be more like the usual ones I do, hitting the boot sales, hitting the charity shops to try and find some bargains to resell on eBay for profit. I'll see you in that one.